Hello and welcome to West Bend Field, where we bring you high school soccer on West Bend Community TV. Along with camera operator Tom Stoff, I'm the Bear Barry Hirsch. Our matchup will feature in the North Shore Conference, the West Bend West Spartans dressed in their powder blue uniforms against the Highlanders of Homestead dressed in their white and red. Starting goalie for the Spartans will be Lily Henschel. She's a senior number 23. Starting goalie for Homestead is 00 Nevaeh Darby. And we are just about set to get this evening's match underway here. A little bit of a chill in the air as we get this game started, as we bring to you on Thursday, May the 6th, our evening of broadcast. And the match is underway. 54 degrees here in West Bend at the field as we kick off tonight's soccer match. Homestead going on the attack immediately. Here is Elizabeth Ratter. Kick down into the middle. Now punching it around, looking for an open player. This is Ratter with the ball. She'll pass it along over to Caitlin O'Brien. Two halves in high school soccer, 45 minutes a half. As the first attack of the evening by Homestead goes by the wayside, and so the Spartans will now put the ball in play. Ellie Moyer, that name might sound familiar to you from basketball season, as she played a good deal of basketball with the Spartan girls team. Now a little bit of an interception out there as Homestead tried working the ball back. And the Highlanders keep in control. Highlanders get called for a minor foul, so the ball will go turned over to the Spartans. Just underway here at West Bend. A little over a minute and a half have expired in the first half. Now at midfield, working with it is Elizabeth Ratter. Nice pass up front, getting it to Sophia King. Sophia King coming in. Stop, and Sophia King will get the goal for Homestead. So the Highlanders get on the board first at the 1:58 mark, and it's 1-0 Homestead.
Homestead goal in the second minute. Number 13, Sophia King.
So Lily took some grief at school, I guess. They're like, did they really score?
1-0 in favor of Homestead, as we are just 2 minutes into the match.
And second of all, that's not the first time. It's happened many times.
Now the Spartans get the ball intercepted away from them again by Homestead. Elizabeth Ratter forwards the ball up to Caitlin O'Brien. Now Sophia King works with it. Back out, zone kept in there by Emily Grant. She'll forward it up to Ratter. Spartans now trying to major their first attack. Here they come, but Homestead there to intercept it on the defensive side and bring it back into play. Ball being played at midfield. Now a nice upfield pass. And Sophia King watches the ball go away from her.
She's called offside.
Offside call. So the Spartans trailing 1-0 will put the ball back in play. 3 minutes and 25 seconds have elapsed here in the opening half.
Stop it. I don't need to hear that. Yellow. You can't do that.
Working with the ball now, coming up with it. It's Elizabeth Ratter. Ratter now dribbling the ball up the field. Ratter passes the ball. Sophia King was up there. She has the first goal of the evening. Over on the left side, Caitlin O'Brien. And it's intercepted out there by the Spartans. But now taken back inside by King for Homestead. And the ball will go down into the far right end of the field. Stays in play. Spartan goalkeeper Lily Henschel will put the ball back in play. 4.5 minutes have elapsed here in the opening half. 1-0 in favor of Homestead. Sophia King getting the goal at the 1:58 mark. A little bit of back pressure there as Sarah Raymer tries to control the ball for the Spartans. Raymer puts it in play on the near sideline to Pilney. Now a little bit of a breakout here coming by the Spartans as they'll work the ball going left to right as you watch it. This is Ellie Moyer coming up with it. Pilney trying to come undefended it. Caitlin O'Brien intercepts it out there for Homestead. Now fouled back the other way, and the Guyan will go back and retrieve the ball. As play continues on the far side, which is the east side of the field where the benches are located. Homestead putting the ball back in play in front of the bench areas.
You called him out in front of everyone, now he has to. Yeah.
Intercepted out there by the Spartans. But Homestead right back there to get it. Emily Grant forwards the ball up to Sophia King. Spartans there and fell down on that one by Correa. And it'll be a foul on Homestead. So the Spartans will put it back in play. Down in the far left side, but Katie Price there. Getting it back for the Highlanders. Forwards the ball up to Kate Judd. Nice forward kick up the field, and the race is on to see who can get to that ball first. Homestead with it, a little bit of a breakout. Here's a shot to the left side of the goal. It's wide. Islanders came on a bit of a breakaway there and looked to put it up another score, but the kick goes wide. 7:18 have expired here in this first half. It's 1-0 in favor of Homestead as you watch girls high school soccer on West Bend Community TV. So following the kick out of bounds, Lily Henschel will put the ball back into play for the Spartans. Play down along that far sideline. Retrieved out of there by Homestead. And kicked out of bounds. You might see from the camera angle that Tom is shooting at. The field lower below us is the varsity baseball diamond. We just did a game there for you last night between West Bend West and Whitefish Bay. There's a kick going out of bounds. And it appears that by the color of the jerseys over there, West Bend East is playing a game tonight. 1-0 Homestead with the lead as we approach 9 minutes here in the first half. Homestead maintaining the zone and keeping the ball. Now another bit of an attack here by the Highlanders. Intercepted nicely out there by the Spartans. Homestead quick to get back on the attack as the Spartans try to defend it. And they'll take the ball away. Nice upfield pass. But Homestead right back there to get it. Emily Ratner plays one up to the far end of the field, and it's being chased down there by Price in the far right corner. And Price will run out of real estate, and the ball goes out of bounds. So once again, Lily Henschel, the senior goaltender for the Spartans, will put the ball back in play. Along that far sideline in front of the benches, it's picked up by Elizabeth Ratter for Homestead. Spartans intercept and start going the other way, but Homestead right back there to get it back. This is Caitlin O'Brien. Nice pass up for her to Sophia King. Sophia tries centering the ball over around. Oh boy, almost. Shot up. Headbutt shot, no. Well, in the first 11 minutes now of this match, Homestead definitely has been the aggressor, not just with the 1-0 lead, but also because the majority of the action has been on their offensive side of the field. Spartans have really not had much of an attack on the goal as of yet. Spartans will put the ball back in play now. Again, Homestead there to intercept it and keep it on their end of the scoring field. Katie Judd passes it up forward nicely to Ratter. And the kick goes wide of the net. And play will get back into formation here now. And once again, the Highlanders intercept the ball and keep it into the zone. On the offensive side of the field, here's Lena Afifi. That kick goes high up above the net and out of play.
You guys hear Sunshine got a red card 10 minutes in?
Spartans putting the ball back in play now as it's kicked out of bounds. Spartans will retain the ball. And it's on the Spartans, so Homestead comes back with it. Spartans intercept it back, however. Unfortunately, the majority of the action has been up here on the north side of the field, which is the attack zone for Homestead. Here come the Highlanders again. Trying to keep the ball in play. Sophia King, she has the lone goal so far. Homestead working, we're on. Here's Elizabeth Ratter. And a shot on goal, but Lily Henschel is there to stop it. And play will continue back the other way now. Let's see if the Spartans can get a little bit of offense moving here and get that ball down on their end of the field. We've played 14 minutes and 15 seconds, and it's still 1-0 in favor of Homestead. The lone goal early in this match at the 1:58 mark by Sophia King. Down in the far right corner of the field, ball played out there and taken back by the Spartans. Homestead, though, again, continuing to keep the play on their end of the attack field. Center of the ball, not quite able to get one in there. But Sophia King again on top. Here's a kick by King from her left side, and that one goes off to the side of the goal. Spartans ready to put it back in play now. 15.5 minutes have been played here in this opening half. So about 30 minutes remaining here in the first half. Homestead again continuing to work the field. Intercepted out there by the Spartans, but knocked out of bounds. Homestead go put the ball back in play. Down in the far right corner. Now trying to center the ball. Play continues. Down from the right far corner. We'll have a corner kick coming up here for the Highlanders. Put back in play. Candace Benedict will come up with it. And the Spartans will get the ball back. Now the toss in, play just in front of the Spartan bench as the Highlanders put it back into play. This is Kate Judd. Judd gets it over to Elizabeth Ratter.
Go, run!
Ball comes back over into the Spartan end of the field, but no Spartans there to pick up on the ball. Instead, coming up with it is Elizabeth Ratter. Tries to center the ball with a nice pass, intercepted by the Spartans. Spartans have been on their defensive heel now for about the first 18 minutes of this match. Homestead again right there with their defenders and keeping the ball in play in their end of the field. Here's Ratter. Ratter coming in on the far right side, taps one over, shot. And it is a goal. Yes, it is a goal for Homestead. So the Highlanders get a goal, and it's now 2-0. So they're going to credit the goal to Renee Zeiss, number 8.
Oh, yeah. And then,
Homestead goal in the 19th minute. Number 8, Renee Zeiss.
So 2-0 Homestead.
All I can say is that
one guy was really bad, and the other guy always corrected. I think you messed this.
As they continue to keep the ball in their side of the attack field. Now the Spartans looking to mount some sort of an offensive mount here.
They need to back them up like 10 seconds. It's like, here's a replay. There's a goal.
As we will await the ball to be put back in play by Carolyn Liang. Headbutt and taken away by Homestead. Spartans will retrieve to try to get the ball back. Nice ball handling there now by Elizabeth Ratter. Push the ball up to Sophia King. She had the first goal of this match early. Now a shot from the left side goes away off the side of the net. We've played 20 minutes here in the first half, and Homestead leads West Bend West 2-0. You're watching girls high school soccer here on West Bend Community TV. Homestead works with the ball.
Good job, Sarah.
Kicked back out of the other side. Three officials in high school soccer. The center referee this evening is Raul Medina. One of the other refs is Keith Piccolo. And then Jeffrey Backus is the other official. Those are the three officials that are assigned to this match this evening. 21 minutes have elapsed here in the first half of a 45-minute half. It's 2-0 Homestead. Sophia King, the opening goal at the 1:58 mark. And about 3 minutes ago at the 18:37 mark, Renee Zeiss got the goal for Homestead. So it's 2-0 in favor of the Highlanders. Action right up in the front section, and as we tried to get a header by one of the players. It'll come back the other way. Now bumped in, Sophia King keeps it in play for Homestead. Push it up to Caitlin O'Brien. Now Alexa Bremer. Up to Elizabeth Ratter. And the Spartans intercept the ball, but Homestead gets it right back. We're at about halfway through this first half right now. We're at the 22:50 mark. And again, Homestead leading it 2-0.
Mark, aren't you supposed to be studying or something? What? You're supposed to be studying or something? Pass fail. Pass fail.
Highlanders once again dominating the play down on their end of the field.
Short!
Who tipped around, coming back around. Oh, heavy traffic in front. There's a kick and a shot, and whoa, over the goal it goes, and out into the parking lot. So that one, I guess you could say, is just a little bit out of play. Here's O'Brien for Homestead. Another kick and up off, not quite into the parking lot. Coming up on the 25-minute mark here in the opening half. So we have approximately 20 minutes to play here in the first half. Homestead has dominated possession in this game so far.
Let's go, Spartans!
So we await Lily Henschel to put the ball back in play. And we're back in play. And the Highlanders continue it. Here's Ratter. Nice one there over to Caitlin O'Brien. Kept in play there by Sophia King. Now Sophia comes in, gets the ball back for Homestead. But again, the back defenders for Homestead keeping it on their side of the field. Intercepted again, Elizabeth Ratter. Coming up and goes wide. It remains 2-0. Homestead leading West Bend West. 26.5 minutes have elapsed here in the first half. Looks like some player substitution coming in right now. Spartans put it back in play. Homestead chases it down on that upper right side. And now the Spartans will put the ball back into play. And again, kept in there by Homestead. Here's Sophia King with a shot and a goal. Her second of the night. This one coming at the 27:58 mark. And now it's 3-0 Homestead.
Homestead goal in the 28th minute, number 13, Sophia King.
So Sophia King gets her second goal of the match. This one coming at the 27:58 mark. And it's now 3-0 in favor of Homestead. And once again, unfortunately, if you've been watching this game from the start with us, The Spartans have yet to mount any sort of a offensive attack possession. It's been all played down here on the north end of the field. Boot it back up, send it almost again in front of the net. The goal. Boot kick by Zayas, and that one goes up out of the way. So Spartans will once again try to get something going here. Kim Remillard is the head coach of the Spartans. Kelly Denk on the other side for the Highlanders. We've now played 30 minutes here in this first half, so we have approximately 15 minutes remaining in the opening half of play of this match. And the Highlanders are out to a 3-0 lead. Now play sent back down for the first time in a long time to that side of the field, and Nevaeh Darby, the goalie, was able to get a piece of the ball to put it back in play. Now just shy of midfield, here come the Highlanders again. On another offensive possession, Ratter. Foot pass up to Caitlin O'Brien. Caitlin looking nice with the ball, now passes it over to Elizabeth Ratter. Ratter with a shot, and a nice save there by Henschel to prevent another goal. And that one will go off far off to the left side of Henschel's net. And we have a substitution coming in for the Spartans. Ball booted back in play now by the Spartans, but as is becoming the norm, unfortunately, here in this match, Homestead right there to keep the field on their end. Back out at midfield, it goes past it, and it'll go out by the Homestead bench. Play now on that far left end of the field. Haven't, as I've alluded to, seen a lot of action on that south end of the field. The action's down there now, but unfortunately it's still Homestead controlling the ball offensive possession-wise. This is Caitlin O'Brien. Passed it up momentarily to Sophia King. Sophia King's had a good first half with 2 of the 3 goals for the Highlanders. Kicked away out on the far left side. 32 minutes have elapsed here in the first half of this match. Along with camera operator Tom Stoff, I'm the Barry Hirsch, bringing you coverage of girls high school soccer on West Bend Community TV. And apparently we got a Homestead goal. Looked to be an errant tip-in, but nonetheless, it is a goal for Homestead. It's now 4-0. At the 32-20 mark of half number 1. So we are being advised it's scored as an own goal, as unfortunately a Spartan player errantly kicks the ball into the goal.
What's that?
So play continues now. 33 minutes gone by here in the first half. And the Spartans still searching for a way to get an offensive attack moving onto their end of the field. Islanders have the ball again up into the front of, now over by the Spartan bench. Islanders keeping it up in touch there. Now almost one taken back by the Spartans at the midfield stripe, and now coming back down. Kicked up out of bounds right at the midfield stripe. Homestead puts it back in play. Now working with the ball, Caitlin O'Brien. Caitlin stops, tries centering the pass. Spartans up on the ball. Nice movement upfield with the ball, but no Spartan forwards there to keep the ball going. And Nevaeh Darby will come out and retrieve it for the Highlanders. 35 minutes have elapsed here in the first half, so about 10 minutes of play remaining here in the first half. And Homestead out to a 4-0 lead. Work the ball up and around. Sarah Raymer getting in on some defending moves there, and she'll put the ball back in play for the Spartans. Get a couple of substitutions. Caitlin O'Brien goes out for the Highlanders, and Natalia Reyes will come in her place. Ball put back in play now as Alexa Bremer will keep the ball for Homestead, and nice block there temporarily made by the Spartans, but unable to keep it. Now a shot, and in, and a goal for Homestead. And it's now 5-0 in favor of Homestead. Looks like Kate Judd is the credited with the goal.
Homestead goal at 36:28. Number 10, Kate Judd.
So about 4 minutes apart from their fourth goal, they put in their fifth goal. And it's now a 5-0 lead for Homestead with about 9 minutes remaining here in the first half. Wholesale substitutions now for Kim Remillard and her, her Homestead, Nevaeh. Whistle and ball will be put back in play. And again, the Highlanders mounting it up into their side of the field, keeping it down there. Kate Judd. And nice catch for the shot on goal as Henschel stops it. And she'll put it back into play for the Spartans. Still looking to get their first sustained offensive possession attack here. Well, maybe it comes up now, but just as I say that, Homestead kicks it back the other way. Highlanders now running with the ball, working up. Reyes. Coming up on the left side, Zeiss. And it will come back over to the Spartans. 38.5-minute mark right now. So about 7 minutes to play here in the opening half. Punched away, kept in there again by Homestead. Nice header there by the Highlanders' Ratter. This is Lily Vang working with it really nicely down in the far right corner. Ball chased down that way. As we await the ball to be put back into play by the Spartans. Nice upfield kick. But once again, these Highlanders are just all on top of that ball like a swarm of bees. They have just dominated possessions here in this opening half. Spartans, though, will put it back in play right at approximately the midfield marker. We have approximately 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Just past the 40-minute mark. Homestead with the ball just in front of their bench. Nice ball handling there by the Highlanders. Pass upfield, Afifi trying to chase it down, but a couple of Spartan players there to try to get it away from her. Back in play now. Possible attack here by the Spartans. A little bit of a trip up there at the midfield stripe. So Homestead puts it back in play with approximately 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Play along the far sideline out of bounds. Homestead puts it back in play. We're late here in the first half. We have about 2 minutes remaining. We're at the 43-minute mark. And the Highlanders with a 5-0 lead right now. Sophia King, 2 of the 5 goals for the Highlanders. She got the scoring going early in this match at the 1:58 mark. Shot on goal saved by Lily Henschel for the Spartans. As the first half starts drawing to a close here, about 90 seconds remaining. Now in front of the Spartan bench.
1 minute remaining.
We have 1 minute remaining here in the first half. 1 minute to play in the first half. Homestead looking for one maybe chance again on the goal. Here's Dudon coming in on the left side. She'll center it nicely, picked up and around. Here's the shot and a nice save by Lily Henschel. Now the Highlanders tried one more quick rush at the goal there with about 30 seconds remaining. And the Spartans were able to save that one from going inside. But they're going to have to do a lot of regrouping at halftime. And they will need to mount a pretty big comeback, down by 5 goals as we get ready to go to the second half. 10 seconds remaining. As they kick the ball around, and here's a shot by Henschel saves it. And that is the end of the first half. One half has been played here in this match tonight between the West Bend West Spartans and the Homestead Highlanders. And unfortunately, Spartan fans, it's all Homestead. At halftime, it is Homestead 5, West Bend West 0. You're watching girls high school soccer on West Bend Community TV. Second half coming up.
I think we probably can with this one. That other one. That's right.
Did James tell you I made him empty out the
No.
Good for you. There's a JD. Oh, that's a JD one. The other varsity will be in this one, and the reverse varsity is and then we'll start looking for it. But it's on the other side, so. No. And it's got a name there too. It's looking for it. This is the sheet and this is the other one. And I'll have, what I'll do is I will have all of this stuff, including her program. I'll have it all clipped together and it'll be in the front part of the book right here. Along with your page sheet for the, yeah. So that I'll have it all clipped together there for you. for Tuesday's game. So he don't do anything, just turn it in. Yep. They take care of it, whatever they do. And I think this is the one that gets fast. And the home team gets white. Yellow goes to the official, pink goes to this team. No, well, it's a good Barbara. When I did it the first year, she had me send it fax it. And then after that, that is it. I think she was doing it.
No, it's okay that way.
No. Sometimes they don't even want it. The other night, I gave it to, yeah, they were just, as long as it's no, their attitude, as long as it's not a red or yellow card, they don't care. But then these guys need to carry us off as quickly as they used to. Yeah.
With camera operator Tom Stoff, the Barry Hirsch, as we open up here in the second half. It's 5-0 Homestead with the lead. Sophia King, 2 of the 5 goals. She got the opening goal at the 1:58 mark. Renee Zeiss made it 2-0 at 18:37. Then it went till 27:58 with Sophia King getting her second goal. Then an own goal, and Aaron one popped in and made it 4-0. And then Kate Judd at the 36:28 mark made it 5-0 Homestead. Teams have switched ends of the field. And already in this early going second half, Lily Henschel's had to make a couple of big saves out there for the Spartans. And now the lights start to really take effect out here in the early evening hours. And the second half is getting going here, much like the majority of the first half, in that the action is being played in the Homestead offensive zone. Only this time they are shooting at the south goal. Spartans will try to get something going on, get down into the north goal. We have about 5 minutes that have gone by here now in the second half. Homestead now works with the ball. And now we might get an offensive stage here. Here's a good pass coming upfield for the Spartans, trying to stay with it on the attack. That is Kendra Utley for the Spartans. But Homestead comes away with it. First time tonight we saw a big offensive push by the Spartans. They're going to need some more of that if they are indeed going to come back from this 5-0 deficit. We have a foul called on the Spartans on the far end. So we will await Homestead to put the ball back in play. Islanders trying to push it up. Ball goes out of bounds at around the midfield marker. Now the Spartans try to work it back. Navia Darby coming back out to make the save. Centered it. Now here comes Homestead again on the attack, but almost picking back, but Homestead keeping it up. They got a little bit of a breakaway going here and dribbling the ball nicely. Up there is Kate Judd. Judd centers it over to Elizabeth Ratter. Now coming, quick shot off to the left, no. Intercepted and tipped away out of bounds nicely by the Spartans to stop that attack by Homestead. Just past the 53-minute mark in this match. Look out in front of the goal. And a big save out there by Lily Henschel. As Lily's down now on the field a little bit. Took a little bit of a knock there. And Lily a little bit slow to get up. Lily's come up now with 3 big saves already here in this second half. Shot, and there's another save by Lily Henschel. Homestead leading it by 5, but not showing any signs of letting up. Still being very aggressive on the attacks here in this early going second half. Highlanders coming back on it again. Nijin. Nijin works it over to Katie Price. Taken away by the Spartans. Kicked up into their far side of the field. But chasing it down and bringing it back over is Zayas for Homestead. And the ball kicked up out of bounds. Hope Jordan will put the ball back in play for the Spartans. Spartans keep it up in there. Here's Ellie Moyer, but it's taken away by Homestead. Rush upfield led by Sophia King. Sophia King in through traffic, pushes the ball around. Gets it over to Katie Price. And Henschel comes out and makes the goal save for the Spartans. 10 minutes have gone by now here in the second half. And coming around traffic, working it is Elizabeth Ratter. Ratter brings it up, centers the ball, takes the shot, and it goes in. Elizabeth Ratter gets the goal for Homestead at the 55-37 mark.
Homestead goal in the 56th minute. Number 20, Elizabeth Ratter. Raider.
My mother-in-law would be very upset. No, I said.
So Elizabeth Rader gets the first goal of the second half, but now it is 6-0 Homestead. And again, the Highlanders continuing to surge an offensive attack here.
And then to go to the second half, it's half score. I don't know if it's nobody says half score, but you click on that and plus. Second half.
Working the ball around.
Correct.
Spartans trying to get some, but again, Homestead just totally dominant in this match right now. Again, action in front of the side, and they work it over to Nijin. Nijin to Liana Afifi. Side head kick, and the save made by Lily Henschel.
Good job, Lily!
Henschel put the ball back in play. Taken up at shy of the midfield by Ortlieb for the Spartans, but again, Homestead right there to get it back. Here come the Highlanders. Another partial breakaway coming over. Katie Price chased down in the right corner. She'll try centering the ball. Good defense there by the Spartans to prevent it. Now push up the field going right to left. But Homestead getting it back again. But now the Spartans come back. Now working again. Here comes lead pass upfield nicely to Afifi. She'll chase it down on the right side in front of the scoreboard. And it's kicked out of bounds out underneath. 6-0. Homestead leads West Bend West. 58.5 minutes have elapsed in this match. We'll have a corner kick coming up. I'm the Bear, Barry Hirsch, along with camera operator Tom Stoff. Inside, headbutt, and a nice save again made by Lily Henschel. So Lily has, again, made another nice save there. That's about the third save she's made already in this half. Play continues, though, with the Highlanders. Up to Katie Price. Work it in the middle as Bentley tried to come up with the loose ball. She'll chase it a rack over, get it to Nigerian. Now center, here's a kick, and no, wide of the goal. Second half rolling along here as we approach 15 minutes gone by here in the second half, which means we'll have 30 minutes remaining in this match. We're now at the 60-minute mark here in the game. So we have 30 minutes remaining in tonight's match between Homestead and West Bend West. Shot up, and again, Henschel making the save. Coming up, and again.
Stay with it, Kendra. Stay with it.
It's all around field dominance by Homestead. Tried forwarding up to Zeiss. Afifi has it. And an offside call. So the Spartans will put it back in play at the 61-minute mark of the match. 6-0 Homestead. One goal so far in this half by Elizabeth Rader. That came at the 55-37 mark. Spartans trying to get it. Ball played down right here in front of the grandstand, right below us. Waiting for the go-ahead from the official for the Spartans to put the ball back in play. Katie Price with the body block, tried to get it back for Homestead. And Nayajin will put it back in play.
That'll be in one of the practices, not the other one.
She was on that because they were practicing. I'm like, this is why.
Right? Well, yeah, that shouldn't be happening. Although we've seen it at the club.
Ball out of bounds down on the far south end, excuse me. And we'll have a corner kick coming up here for Homestead. Tapped up and around. We're at the 63-minute mark in the match, so another corner kick coming up. 27 minutes remaining in the match then. Kicked in, almost centered out there by Homestead. Grant kicking it around. Islanders trying to center that one, but it goes back over on the far side. Now being chased down out there by Grant. Tipped up, headbutt shot to keep it in play for Homestead. Another header. Islanders playing the ball nicely, tipped around, but a good defensive kick away out of that way by the Spartans to prevent something from happening. And we'll have a corner kick coming up here for Homestead. Ball put back in play here in a moment. There's the kick in, and Homestead shot saved by Lily Henschel. Oh, another beautiful save. Lily's come up big here several times in this second half. That one right there, extending the reach of her arms out high to stop that one from going in.
She get her own bedroom. Find me.
On the lake.
On the lake, that's right. Oh, no, she's actually going to
65 and a half minutes into the match, 25 minutes remaining in it.
It's ready in about a month.
Couple of headers.
Oh, and a nice.
Got back by Homestead.
You got it built before all the wood.
Yes, we have been fortunate with the building and the selling of our house.
Awesome.
Is it so if your house is sold?
Yeah, we closed on June 2nd.
Islanders again
Oh, yeah.
keeping it on that side of the field. Kick shot and another save by Henschel.
Looking to sell a house.
Yeah, so we're like, holy crap, that we did. And our builder had told us right before we signed the paper.
And she'll kick it back in play.
You know, I can only
Homestead there to put it back right into Sapa again.
It's going up 30%. And you know, of course, we're like, that's a sales pitch, blah, blah, blah.
Ratter tried working one and shot goes
So
away.
we're like, well, just in case. And yeah, he wasn't kidding. Oh, we're still waiting on an oven and a refrigerator. We ordered them November.
6-0 Homestead.
Yeah.
Stake themselves a 5-0 lead at halftime, and they've gotten one goal here so far in half number 2.
Yeah, it's been now.
And Kim Remillard at this point probably just trying to hopefully see his team get one goal to avoid a shutout this evening.
And it's not in. So we're like,
Here's Natalie Bentley for the Highlanders. Gets it over to Emily Grant.
God, that I can take now.
Yeah, right.
That we can just put in this.
Grant pushes it upfield, goes out on the far sideline, stays in play for Homestead.
Just give me a stainless steel appliance to match it. Oh, boy. That's a turn.
Good job, Madeline.
Kicked around and booted, back around.
That was shooting.
Spartans will put the ball back in play.
Yeah.
Header to keep it inside for Homestead. Now at the 68-minute mark here in tonight's match. 22 minutes remaining in the game. Homestead trying to center one again. Here's a high kick. Homestead keeping it. Now keeping it with his Niagen. It doesn't get in for her. Salino tries keeping it in play for the Highlanders. And another one goes away from the side. As we await the kick, corner. There's our corner kick coming in. Play down in front of the scoreboard. Spartans now coming up with the ball, trying to stage offensive sustained possession, but Ortley was not able to. But the Spartans will get the toss in with Carolyn Lang.
She gets ice cream.
Right down below
Maybe she
us.
wants hot chocolate.
Quick substitution being made here by the Spartans as we approach the 70-minute mark. 70 minutes into this match. We have 20 minutes remaining. Ball goes down on the far right side towards the south end. Homestead will put it. Foul has been called on the one goal in this half that came at the 55-37 mark by Elizabeth Rader. All the other scoring was in the first half this evening. Now the Highlanders come up with it again. Here's Zayas. Play down along that far sideline, which is the east end of the field. And again, the Spartans just can't seem to get a good offensive attack going tonight. That's been the story in this game. All the action in both halves thus far have been on the Homestead side. Now nice ball movement here by Zayas. She tries centering it. Taken away by the Spartans. But again, one of the backfield defenders for Homestead there to keep it in play for the Highlanders.
Hey, good battle, 14.
Seven seniors on this Homestead squad, whereas the Spartans only show 4 seniors on their half of the team. Julia Ramstack, Hope Jordan, Ellie Moyer, and goaltender Lily Henschel. Homestead with the ball again. 72.5 minutes have elapsed in the match. Substitutions being made by Homestead now. And the toss in. And it looks like we'll get a corner kick now for Homestead. Spartans will get the ball back on an offside call from against Homestead. Tapped around as, again, the Highlanders right on that ball. Unfortunately, the Spartans just a little bit outmatched here this evening in this one. Play coming up, taken away by the Spartans as we approach the 75-minute mark in the match. So we'll have about 15 minutes remaining. Up on the far side. Homestead keeps the ball moving in play. Picked up and around. This is Bentley. And she has the ball taken away. Nope, no. Pushed it back, keeps it in play to Shanowski. And again, tipped away by Homestead. As that was Shanowski with it. And the Spartans will get the throw in. Tapped in, and right away it was taken by Shanowski, but I'll say that was an illegal throw-in. Homestead works with it, taken back. Natalie Bentley now at the midfield stripe. Homestead bringing it up. Tapped away by them, kept it in. Play continuing down along that far sideline. Now I'll try centering the ball up, and it'll stop play. Clock continues to roll as we approach 77 minutes into the match. And we'll get a corner kick coming now. Homestead on the far end, up there. "78 minutes into the match. We're down to 12 minutes remaining to be played here tonight. And Homestead with a commanding 6-0 lead. 1 goal here in the second half. That at the 55-37 mark by Elizabeth Rader. This is Zayas with it, tries centering the ball into Bremer. Back over. Try to tap one again and not.
Just so Ellie knows she plays with broken bones. Just letting you know. That's right.
As we await the kick to put ball play back in play. And here we go. At midfield, Spartans trying to get something, and again, the defender's back there for Homestead. Out of bounds, just off to the upper portion of the Spartan bench.
It's awful though, we have to fix it.
Yeah.
But weeds in the dirt. I don't think you're fixing this one.
No.
Here's the next grass. Oh, by the way, past 10 minutes.
Ball being tapped around out there, and again, Homestead on top of it. And now mounting the attack. Here come the Highlanders, quickly upfield, past Midville, nicely pushed back indefinitely there by Damcott. Despite the fact the Spartans are down by 6 goals, they have stepped it up a notch on the defensive end this half, including several fantastic saves by goalie Lily Henschel.
Yeah, there was. We have a picture in softball.
And now we go under 10 minutes remaining in the match.
Just came back and had it. She's not 100%.
Substitutions coming in.
It's the small victories.
Oh,
Tipped around here by Homestead. Tried one there, wide of the net. Henschel will go back and play it out. With camera operator Tom Stoff, I'm the Bear Barry Hirsch, bringing you coverage of this girls' high school matchup in the North Shore Conference. The West Bend West Spartans and Homestead, and it's all Homestead tonight, 6-0 right now, with about 8.5 minutes remaining in the match. Homestead jumped out early tonight in this match by a Sophia King goal at the 1:58 mark. Sophia King would add another goal at the 27:58 mark, making it 3-0. 2 more goals in that first half by Homestead made it 5-0. And then the lone goal here in the second half right now goes to Elizabeth Rader for Homestead at the 55-37 mark, which put it at 6-0. 8 minutes remaining in the match. Spartans push the ball up and out of bounds. And it will be Homestead putting it back in play with Shanowski. Now bringing it down on the far side in front of the benches. Tipped around, nice again by the Spartans. And again, Homestead just a little bit too much all over the ball. We're now down to 7 minutes remaining in the match tonight. 7 minutes remaining.
Did you ask about that?
No, Lily talked us a little.
Homestead again, now coming up with it. A little bit of a rush on the cap. Nice dribble. Here's a kick, and nice save again by Lily Henschel. And we'll have a corner kick coming up here for Homestead.
Oh, yeah, that's what they said.
Turn around, get ready.
Tipped about.
Come out on her. Good calf, girls.
Homestead trying to work something up here now with 6 minutes remaining in the match. Tipped that way to bounds. And we'll wait for the throw-in coming on that far east end of the field. Islanders continue to work. Here's Dudan. One going up far shy of the mark of the goal. And we have 5 minutes remaining in this match tonight.
Gotta get a door over there.
Oops. Did it go over the field?
What is wrong with you people?
A couple late substitutions by the Spartans as we get the ball back in play. Under 5 minutes remaining now. Homestead will push it back into Judd. Passed around, and Spartans try to come back with it, but no. And a whistle and a penalty, I believe, called. It will be Spartans with the ball. With 4 minutes remaining in the match, and Homestead on their way to victory, leading 6-0.
Now she's earned ice cream. Yes, she has. Where should we go? What's open?
Islanders trying to stage another check, but the Spartans there to take it away. I'll take it down on the far east end by the benches, but Homestead again comes away with the ball. 3.5 minutes remaining in the match.
Good hustle, Blue. Your feet down, sweetie.
Focus, deep down.
There you go.
Ball put back in play. Again, Homestead comes up with it. Just dominant play here tonight by the Homestead Highlanders, not allowing the Spartans to get one sustained offensive possession for an attack on a goal. Now down to 2.5 minutes remaining in the match. Here's the kick, putting the ball back in play. Knocked away out of bounds.
Make a run, girl. Let's have a talk tonight. Go, Homestead.
See if maybe the Spartans can make one good final run here to close this match out. As we have 2 minutes remaining in the match. Substitutions coming in now for the Spartans. One goal here in the second half, but that's really all that Homestead has needed because they led it by 5-0 at the break. 90 seconds remaining in the match. Header there by Homestead. Dudan tries keeping it. And we have 1 minute to play here in the match, last minute. Final minute of this match between Homestead and West Bend West. Unfortunately, all Homestead in this match tonight. First goal of the night came early at the 1:58 mark, Sophia King. Second goal came at the 18:37 mark by Renee Zayas, made it 2-0. Sophia King got her second goal of the night at the 27:58 mark. That made it 3-0. An own goal by an Aaron Poppin made it 4-0, and then it was 5-0 from Kate Judd's goal at the 36:28 mark. And then one goal here in the second half, Elizabeth Rader at the 55:37 mark for a 6-0 game as we come down here with the final 10 seconds of this match. And it's going to be all Homestead tonight, winning it in pretty good commanding fashion by a final score. The Homestead Hollanders 6 and the West Bend West Spartans 0. On behalf of camera operator Tom Stoff, I'm the Bear Barry Hirsch. Thank you very much for watching this production of High School Soccer on West Bend Community TV.